Hello you guys, this is Colatius, and for this video, let's go ahead and read a story. So with that being said, yes, I never did finish it, or ever did. Okay. Oh, I just remembered 2 days, or one more day marks, technically I'm pretty sure it ended a bit, even though it said, in April, but that would mean Ben Diskin is not going to be able to voice Victor anymore, so that would be tomorrow. Jonah Hill, Scott, one of the... I keep confusing his name with the actor. But here we go. All right, Lucien and I did a wedding gown related shooting in the Wisteria Park and received blessings from many strangers. We slowly learned the story behind the anonymous letter received a few days ago. Oh, what is up with this background? I've never seen it before. Oh, I hope we can see Lucien in this. The early spring sunlight slowly moved forward in the sky, penetrating the thin clouds into the long wisteria corridor in front of me. Looking from a distance, this long and winding corridor seemed to have no end. The purple pale petals fell from the branches in the breeze. Seeing that Lucien was getting further ahead of me, I moved to the side quietly and held the walls to steady myself, slowly lifting my dress, which almost touched the ground. As I was standing on one foot unsteadily to fix my high heels, a hand suddenly appeared supporting my shoulders. I looked up and met Lucien's beautiful purple eyes. He not only moved his body to allow me to lean on him, but also lifted the hemline for me. I took off the high heel in front of him awkwardly, shooting out that annoying pebble, and put it on again. Sorry to trouble you.
Why are you suddenly so polite?
Well, because we are. Did they ever update Keto's wedding birthday stuff? Because I think I could buy this right now. You know, once upon a time, I completely and utterly forgot when the wedding event came. They actually had a different thing to it, and I think you reached certain nods to get their suit, but you could get it with tickets now, thank God. Actually, that's not good because you had to spend diamonds for that, I think. Well,
I thought our relationship was close enough that we could trouble each other right now.
I can't hear what he says. Aw. Under the golden sunlight, his eyebrows curved slightly. I don't know who you are. Sorry. His eyebrows curved slightly, like a crescent, and his eyes... I think I know what you're referring to, because if that's what you're referring to, yeah, I'm in a better place, even though I'm still having those obnoxious moments, although I know why, but I have to be patient for that. But that's not for this video. Oh, so smiles. But I couldn't help wondering at his meaningful tone, as if seeing me blush was something that could fulfill his sense of accomplishment. But it was even more embarrassing, as it seemed that wherever we went, everyone was looking at us. Wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness. How lucky it is the groom to have such a beautiful bride. I happen to think that the groom is also very handsome, unlike you. Oh shit. The cordial greetings and kind looks from the passers-by, as if wrapped in a warm sunlight, dispelled the chilly breeze. There was a sudden moment when I felt like this was my ideal wedding. Oh, the pleasantly warm and sunny day, the fragrant and charming wisteria, the melodious piano music from afar, and the man who would be with me for the rest of my life. He turned his head and smiled, suddenly reaching out to me. Ooh, okay. After thanking the passerby one by one, Lucien walked back to me again, grasping my cold fingertips.
Why did you freeze on the spot just now?
Oh, because this is totally not real. Because I want to marry you, but the gown is too tight for me to walk fast. No, I'm just a liar. As the floor-length gown dragged through the floor covered with stereo pedals, it rustled. Hearing that, he slowed down a bit.
Why do I think it's more because you're a bit absent-minded? Did you not sleep well last night?
Nah, I think we did. It's just we're nervous right now. No, no, I slept extra soundly last night, Lucien. I mean, come on, this is, although it's fake, it feels way too real. And I like it. His gaze slowly swept across my blushing face. Then the corners of his lips curved and he sighed
I
softly.
see. I guess I was the only one who was too excited to sleep last night.
Aww. That's so cute. I thought he was worried about today's shooting, so I comforted him softly. The process is very simple, and if the staff come over early, the shooting should end very soon. But he stopped, raising his eyebrows while remaining calm and composed. I could hear the smile in his words.
I was just thinking about how my bride would look.
Oh, this is too cute. My red cheeks started burning again, and I had to lower my head to avoid, his smiling gaze. But I still looked at him with the corner of my eyes. In a tailored gray suit, Lucien was so elegant, looking like a young noble returning from overseas. No wonder so many girls were taking a look at him. Peeping? Oh. How can someone say before I feel jealous? That doesn't make sense. So how was this sentence was supposed to be written? Maybe before her cheeks blushed red from jealousy? I felt someone pulling out my clothes. I looked back, puzzled, only to find a shy little girl standing behind me. Shy, she lowered her head and tiptoed, then passed me the wisteria in her hand. Miss, the bride must have a bouquet of flowers. This is for you. Aw. Oh, thank you. You're the most beautiful bride I have ever seen. Her direct compliment made me a little bit shy, and I thanked her in a low voice. Lucien bent down, patted her on the head, and said gently,
Yes. She's also the most beautiful bride I have ever seen.
Oh, stop saying that. This is too adorable. It's not even real. Oh, it's a fake wedding. He said it less jokingly with a more serious tone this time. Miss, can you tell me how you got together? How did he propose to you? Why did you agree? I need to know. He's handsome. Kids nowadays know so much more than is fitting. That is so true. Not knowing how to answer, I turned to Lucien like a with a lot of confusion, begging for help. Yet he pretended to not have seen it and instead looked at me playfully, showing interest in my answer. Actually, he didn't propose to me. I wanted to just stall the little girl, but she just widened her eyes in surprise and continued asking Oh, so you were the one who proposed to him? No, not really. Seeing how helpful Lucien was, just standing there and smiling teasingly, I remembered the invitation call a few days ago. Since I did actually mention about it first to some extent, I did take the initiative that led to our real wedding. Nope.
I was the one who proposed.
Oh, Lucien. Just as I was about to go ahead and admit, Lucien had already answered naturally. While saying that, he turned to look at me. I love you. Smiling, and the teasing in his eyes seemed to tell me, do not worry.
But it took me a lot of effort.
I thought she would say yes at once since you're so handsome like a prince.
She...
Oh. I could still hear a faint smile in his words. He purposely shook his head and sighed.
Sometimes she's a bit slow when it comes to these things, so I had to make it very clear.
How am I slow? Though, yes. Because sometimes I just want to smack you in the face. The way I was eager to protest seemed to mean something else to Lucien. He looked at me as if he was looking at a blushing small animal.
All right. If we continue talking about this, she'll blush even more.
That's so cute. The little girl glanced at my red cheeks and nodded understandably. Ah, it's so nice. Even though, oh. Oh, that feels nice. After saying goodbye, the breeze is blowing the basil scent in my direction. It smells nice. After saying goodbye to the little girl, I immediately threw accusatory glances at Lucien. Lucien, how could you say that? Come on, even though it's pretend, let's pretend it's real, please. Lucien, how did you manage to lie with a straight face? However, going against me, he just blinked innocently.
After all, it's my first time playing the role of Bert. So I have to convince
Aww.
myself in order to play the role well.
Oh, that's so cute. That is so adorable.
Or do you already have a more realistic script? If you do, then please tell me about it.
Nope, we don't. It was a difficult question to answer. I pondered over it for a long while and found what he said made a lot of sense. After all, if we didn't even believe in our identities as the bride and groom, how could we convince the audience? Actually, I don't have any experience, so I plan to improvise.
Would you
Oh,
like to hear my suggestion?
yes, I do. What suggestions? Let's pretend it's real.
You're to be closer to me.
Why, yes, indeed. I will try. Lucien seemed happy to see me, to see how much I am blushing, and reminded me kindly.
Why are you taking a step back? You call it trying.
I guess we're just nervous. Although I was complaining secretly about how he was better at it, I somehow got a surge of courage to tiptoe and kiss him on his lips, not his face. How is this for being close enough? Oh, I love you. Seeing how my kissing drew more people's attention, the courage I had just now disappeared without a trace. I covered my face in a hurry and pulled out Lucien's sleeve. Perhaps we could go to a less crowded spot? Looking through my fingers, I saw Lucien touching where I kissed and seemed to smile more happily. Noticing that I was looking at him in secret, he softly blinked again.
Okay, it's up to you.
Oh, sure. After passing through the wisteria corridor, we chose a nearby trail where there were a few people. But before we took a few steps, he suddenly stood still and pulled me back into his arms. What's going on, Lucien? Uh-oh. Oh, that's so cute. I looked up at him, confused only to see him bending down and raising the corner of my veil gently. And then there, I can see those purple flowers and everything. Wisteria, they said? And Lucien just picking up my veil, looking adorable. Hey. Aw. With the veil out of my way, he could look directly into my eyes, and I could smell the fragrance of wisteria along with Lucien. His actions, that's so weird. I stood there at a loss. I could only watch his other hand reaching into the veil. He touched my hot cheeks and chuckled cheek. Then his hand slid down my ears and buried in my hair. Aww. He smoothed my hair and picked out a petal from it, extremely gentle. But you're more beautiful in my eyes. The wisteria petal that clung to my hair now lay in his palm and was quickly blown away by the wind. Yes. I guess Gavin's getting pissed. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh. Come on. Oh no. Thank you, Win. Aww.
Petals are always
I literally cannot hear what he's saying, so I'm going by his lips. If he stopped talking, that means he stopped talking. Aww, but he'll pick them from us. He'll pick the petals from us, bro. He's adorable. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want to Lucien, even though his other side, nah, it's okay. He squinted in the sunlight, and he looked like a sly fox. The heavy sneaking in seemed to mean something else. I quickly turned around guiltily for fear he would go back to the question of how to get close. By the way, the film crew just informed me that they were still stuck in traffic, and it would take a while for them to reach here. They asked us to find spots suitable for filming. Lucien, do you have any suggestions? Probably because my topic shifting skills was way too stiff. Lucien just glanced at me meaningfully without exposing me.
Are there any special requirements for this wedding theme shoot?
I guess not. His words reminded me that I only sent him an invitation for this show and didn't explain more. I took a letter out of my bag and handed it to Lucien. It's a bit complicated, but you will understand after reading this. A few weeks ago, a friend who was in charge of a wedding gown exhibition suddenly asked me for help and said that they had received a precious wedding gown which is donated anonymously. Oh, interesting. No contact info was left in the accompanying letter, but they gave it to me. In addition to the story told by the donor, the letter hoped that we could auction this wedding dress and donate the money received. His only request was to see someone putting on the wedding gown, again at the place where wisteria blooms, which he mentioned repeatedly in the letter. Lucien finished reading the letter quickly, put it back in the envelope, and thought for a moment. Come on now. No address, personal info, contact info. It would have been interesting if Lucien did this, but I don't think he did. We can only hope to find the donor with the influence of the program.
But why do we have to find him?
Because from the letter, this wedding gown should have been a lot to him. I think that even if he missed his lover, it isn't... It's too windy. I can't. I don't mind staying out, but... Oh, shh. Oh. Damn it. All right. I think that even if he missed his lover, it is not easy to part with the past. Whew. Whew. So we want to know if there's anything else that can be done. Even if there isn't, at least we could thank him in Persevere's donation. Oh. Okay, so I just kept talking, but Lucien gently poked my forehead. Gently.
You've missed the point.
Oh, I can hear him now, because it's not windy, or I'm not outside. What?
From the moment you read that letter and decided to produce this show, you have reached an agreement with the donor.
He is right, yeah. Agreement?
He entrusted you with the wedding gown, and you have decided to fulfill his wish. Am I right?
Yes, you
So
are.
for him, your gratitude is not the best gift in return. The best gift is fulfilling his wish.
Yeah, I agree. He stopped for a moment, then continued explaining.
Just as people always stay on the platform watching the train leave after seeing off their beloved ones, farewell requires a ceremony.
Yeah, I guess that's
He
true.
may not be able to be on the platform to bid farewell for some reason, so he asked you to help him.
Yeah.
There is no need to worry about its story and origin. You just need to play the role of the bride.
Aww. What Lucien said made me realize that I had misplaced the emphasis of the show. If I had just focused on fulfilling the wish, the burden on my shoulders would be much lighter. You're right, perhaps after this, he can bid the past goodbye, finally relieved. But I still want to thank you for saying yes to my invitation, otherwise I really don't know who to invite. Aw.
In other words, I'm your only groom candidate?
Not really, but in this world, yeah. That's right. That's right, love. Aw. After saying this, I realized they seemed to mean something else. I mean, it seemed no matter how much I explained, it would cause a deeper misunderstanding, so I just simply shut my mouth.
But if there is another chance, it'll be my turn to take the initiative.
Ooh, I know he would. But what he meant was too self-evident. He saw my face burning up and he couldn't help but smile.
Since you figured it out, let me ask you another question.
Sure. What's that?
What would you do if you had the same experience as the stoner?
Donor? Like donate the wedding dress? I didn't know how to answer since I had never thought about this, but when I met his tender and deep eyes, I somehow found the courage. I don't know what will happen in the future, but at least for now, I want to hold on to the people around me closer. So true.
Including me.
Oh, yes, honey. I'm stunned. A bit. Stunned. What? And blurted out the answer hidden in my heart, almost without hesitation. Of course, silly. You are. The answer was there, but the words, the most important one, were stuck in my throat. Yes, stuck in my throat. He didn't ask any further and just smiled.
Then let's create some memories today that only belong to us and will never fade.
Oh, okay. Screenshot that. Oh, he suddenly bent down, his lips so close that they almost touched my ear. And then I heard his gentle, delicious words.
This way, I can be the secret kept locked away in your heart.
Why, thank you. Okay, will do. Oh, that's a pretty background again. Not long after walking along this path, a small, quiet garden appeared at the end of our sight. Behind the low bushes, lush wisteria crept along the tall locusts, while the drooping dense flowers swayed in the wind. The sunlight penetrated between the branches and leaves, blanketing the wisteria petals on the ground with scattering light spots. The melodious piano music still lingered in my ears, and the touching melody permeated the scenery naturally. The vegetation in front of me overlapped with the words that flashed through my mind, and I suddenly had a familiar feeling of familiarity. The old wooden chairs, the huge locust trees, and the wisteria covering the entire wall. It isn't here. Lucien nodded as if he knew what I was going to say, which further confirmed my guess.
Since there is only one spot with a lot of wisterias growing in the city, maybe we really have come to the right place.
So says his creepy eyes.
And wisterias live a long time.
Do they? I guess. I'll call Anna and ask her to come over with the filming crew. I edited the message and pressed the send button right away in a hurry when I heard a nearly audible sigh.
Does that mean we don't have much time to be here alone?
Oh. Well, I'll throw the script away. I'm not going to call Anna. Lucien, I'll stay with you, honey. The branches behind us rustled, and I saw a flash of regret in Lucien's eyes. This isn't the best season for Wisteria. We can come back next time if you have the time.
Have you already planned it out?
Maybe. Oh, yes, I did. This is so picturesque. Of course, I want to watch it with you a few more times.
But next time...
Ooh. His eyes slowly swept over my white wedding gown, and his voice suddenly became soft.
I don't want to wait for next time. I want to take up the bride's time now.
Yes, why wait later? It's now. The moment my eyes met his, my heart started pounding faster, and I said in a panic, "But it's too late to recall the message now." No. He was dumbfounded for a while, then he smiled helplessly.
Then shall we practice beforehand what we should do during the shoot?
Oh, do you already have ideas?
Although I would like to do something that only a groom can do with the bride.
Like what, Lucien? Hearing this, I couldn't help blushing. Just then, Lucien suddenly let go of my hand and took a step back in the rain of beautiful purple wisteria. In the melodious piano music, the penetrating sunlight fell on his eyebrows, and his handsome face became clearer in my eyes.
Perhaps we can make full use of the scenery and the piano music.
He suddenly bent, and bowed down slightly, looking into my eyes seriously, with one hand behind his back and the other reaching out to me.
Do you accept my invitation to dance with me?
Oh, of course I do. I do. It took a while before I managed to squeeze out these two words. In this gentle gaze, I lifted the veil and slowly put my hand in his palm while trying to calm down. He quickly held my hand, firmly and gently. In the piano melody, I took the first step awkwardly under his guidance. It was the first time I danced in such high heels. I struggled to keep up with him and even stepped on him several times. Uh-oh. Sensing my panic, Lucien slowed down quickly.
Don't be nervous. Take your time and follow me.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's so cute. So that's what the context of this picture was. Them dancing, huh? Ooh. His left hand on my waist immediately drew in several inches. Huh? Okay. While the other hand held my palm gently, he patiently followed my steps like a prince at the ball. In the bright, fragrant air, the words on those letters poured into my mind, along with the piano music. The wisteria petals are flying in the wind. I looked at her face and suddenly realized that I could never take my eyes off of her anymore. The lifelike details on the letter overlapped with reality. Under the bright and hazy branches and leaves, those lilac petals swirled in the wind and slowly fell between us. I think I've never loved someone so much.
What's on your mind?
Oh, he suddenly said my name in an unprecedented, earnest, and gentle tone.
At a time like this, you should be looking into my eyes.
Oh, don't worry, I am. Oh, I heard a slight sigh in his tone, and his grip on my waist tightened even more, as if it was a small punishment for my distraction. His broad shoulders covered the beautiful blue sky behind him, and in a trance, he felt closer to me than ever before. The interlaced breathing, the warmth of his palm, and the tenderness in his eyes were all like a thin and light net, wrapping my senses silently. I thought I was just like the donor. As I looked at the person beside me, I could no longer take my eyes off of him. But we were no longer bystanders in the story of other people. We were writing our own memories that would never fade. That's so cute. I looked up bravely into his eyes, no longer dodging. I heard the footsteps coming from far to near. Looking afar behind him, I saw Anna waving at me on the trail behind the bushes. Oh, their time ran out. Oh. Feeling my unnatural pause, Lucien glanced back and
Do you
asked,
want to stop?
No. I bit my lip, trying my best to suppress the constant embarrassment, and shook my head firmly.
Not afraid of being seen now?
No. We are just preparing for the shooting of... What? We are just prepared for the shooting of the show anyway. It doesn't matter. I'll still continue to take your hand and keep on dancing. He held back his laughter and didn't expose my bad excuse. And what? Oh. But he still let go of my hand and stopped. Oh.
However, I don't want others to see.
Oh, I see what he's getting at. Huh? See what? The footsteps were getting closer, and I seemed to have heard the laughter and whistling of the people behind. Yeah. Lucien raised his hand and carefully tidied up my veil that was a little messy from the wind.
I mean, it's better to put down the veil.
Uh-huh. He carefully smoothed the folds on the veil and then slowly lowered the sides of the veil until it completely covered my face. I looked at him through the hazy and couldn't help thinking how nice it would be if only we had more time alone. Then I heard Lucien's soft voice again.
Thank you for fulfilling my wish.
Oh, he wants a real wedding, obviously. Your wish? Oh, was he the donor? Maybe. He blinked and his soft words were as if he was talking in a dream. Ah! Suddenly, you... I'm like, okay. Suddenly a soft kiss fell on my lips.
I can't help but imagine the day when I become the real groom standing by your side.
Oh, he'd make such a perfect husband. We can forget about his other side. Like, I'm down for that. Oh, he wants the real... obviously. Me in a wedding gown and Lucien in a suit strolled down the wisteria corridor side by side. And surprisingly, passerbys around sent us good wishes. A little girl we met asked us how Lucien and I ended up together. When I was going to make up a story, Lucien talked about how he proposed to me, walking on the trail with only a few people. I told Lucien the origin of this wedding gown. After reading the letter of the donor, he pointed out the key points that I had ignored. We accidentally walked into a quiet little garden where there were more wisteria flowers. And I felt like this familiar scene is the place mentioned in the letter. Lucien, are you the donor? Why do I get the feeling he's the donor? Like, seriously? Yeah. That screeching noise. Ay. Alright, I'm pretty sure I've read the phone calls a while ago. It would not surprise me if, I did not. Wisteria. Acceptance speech. Man, they really... Yeah, I probably did. But let's do it. Lucien, where are you now?
I'm still on my way. I'll reach your place in about 20 minutes.
No problem. Can you buy me some sugar in the supermarket downstairs before you come? I need it urgently.
Sure. Anything else?
Oh, I'm good. Let me see. Flour, cream, puff pastry. I have them all. What about some sesame and shredded coconut? They look nicer with toppings, right?
I'll buy a bit of both. You can take your time deciding.
Okay. Thank you.
But what new delicacies are you secretly making?
Good question. I picked a lot of wisteria when I came back. Wait, you can make something like that? So I want to try making some wisteria pastry. Really?
I thought they were for a flower arrangement. I see you found other ways to use them.
If I'm successful, I'll try making wisteria cake, wisteria porridge.
I don't know much about those, but I can be your taste tester.
Anytime, honey. They're made for you anyways, but I can't guarantee the taste.
Then I'll wish you success for your first try. What I'm more curious about is, how did you associate wisteria with food?
Same here, bro. After I got home, I went to research about wisteria online. After Wikipedia, the first link showed a list of all kinds of food made of wisteria.
Then I can probably guess what you normally search for online.
Food recipes? That's not the point, Lucien. I'm just telling you that you're beautiful. I'm gonna make you a wisteria cake.
Yes. The point is that there is now another use for wisteria.
Looks like it.
I wonder if it also tastes as impressive.
Since you're so confident in my cooking, you'll have to finish them all later.
What if I'm too full to go home?
You could sleep over. I'm just kidding, but the advantage of wisteria are many.
If being delicious is one of them, what are the others?
They're beautiful. They are also said to have strong adaptability in the environment. They can even grow at sub-zero temperatures. Really?
To some extent. Those are also similarities between you and wisterias.
Oh, why do you say so?
In terms of growth rate, pressure resistance, and cold resistance. Aren't you both amazingly similar?
Interesting. Actually, I was so tired that I fell asleep immediately when I reached home yesterday. My fatigue resistance is not that good.
Then rest well at home for a few days.
Aw.
When the weather gets warmer, let's go see the wisteria in full bloom together.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Lucien, I just watched your show and I've decided to award you the next Angela's Best Performance Award. One and only for me.
Wow. Then this will be my first movie-related award.
Yeah.
Although I'm honored, will you tell me why I'm receiving this honor?
Because the groom you played was so real. I almost wanted to applaud you behind the screen.
If that's the case, then this award is yours as well. After all, when I'm with you, I'm able to subconsciously ignore the existence of cameras.
Oh, unlike you, I get nervous when I see the cameras. Compared with you, my performance was so unnatural.
I could tell. When the director asked me to carry you, your palms were all sweaty.
Yeah, if there weren't so many people around, I wouldn't.
Is that so? Well, then next time when there's no one around.
Oh, and back to the point, please give me your acceptance speech.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank you for customizing the role of groom for me. Secondly, I'd like to thank you for playing my bride.
Oh, you're welcome.
Finally.
Can we make it real, please? I will accept. You're not allowed to thank me anymore.
Then I'll thank the anonymous donor for giving me the opportunity to see a different you. Did I pass?
Oh, yes, you did, love. Sort of.
Now that I've finished my speech, can you please hand me the prize?
Which is me, right? Can it be verbal reward?
That would make this award insincere.
All right. Just tell me what you want then, and I'll try my best to satisfy you.
Then I need to give it some thought.
Okay.
The next time you wear a wedding dress, it can be only for me.
Why, indeed.
And those two words, I would like to hear them again someday.
Aw, that was such a cute read. I really enjoyed it. I might make one more video because I want to at least finish the wedding stuff, which would be Gavin. I need to read a story. I'll think about it. I just need a couple minutes. But I hope that you enjoyed that. I thought that was very adorable. And yeah, excuse me. I'll see you next time. Bye.